In last session, we discussed the Salesforce Apex introduction. So, what is Apex and how it will work, and when we need to use Apex. So, since this is Apex is a big topic, so I split it into different parts. So, in last session, we have an introduction session, and in today we are going to discuss one more important topic, that is Apex data types. What are the data types available in Apex? And a developer console introduction and use case with an example. This is our agenda for today. So when you start any programming language, so we need to know what are the data types available in that programming language. So like other languages, Apex also have some data types. So it support primitive data types like integer, double, string, date, id and boolean. So if you want to hold any integer value, you can use the integer data type. If you want to use rounded like value with some decimal points, you can go for the double. If you want to hold any string values like names, these kind of things, you can use the string. If you want to hold the data types, you can use the date. And id, if you any Salesforce IDs like that, you are going to use the id. And boolean, if any true or false, this kind of Boolean values, if you want to store, you can use the Boolean data type. These are the primitive data types supported. Most of the programming languages this support the primitive data types. So along with the primitive data types, it will also support as object like account. So when you query any object, so it will going to return the as object. So that means account or contact or any custom object. So it will going to return the, along with the primitive data, it will return the as object also. So apart from the primitive data types and as object, so it will support the collection framework like list, set, map. So if you see, primitive data types can able to hold only one value. In some cases you need to hold multiple values. So that times you can able to use the list, set and map. So these are the simple example. So list I equal to 12. So if you want to hold any integer value, you can use the integer. If you want to hold any value with the decimal points like a 3.1434 like that, you can use the double value. And true or false, you can use the boolean. And long means integer and long both are using for the rounded values only, but integer have certain limits, but long will support more than integer. And if you want to store any string like names and anything, you can use the string. So after that, collection framework. So as I told earlier, if you want to hold multiple values, so you can either use list and list, set and map. So in interview, this is one of the interview question you will get. So they will ask what are the different data types Apex will support. So primitive data type, as object and collection. So in collection you have three things: list, set, map. So you need to understand what is a list, what is a set and what is a map. So list is a collection of framework in an ordered manner. So suppose if you add values to the list, it will be same order you can able to retrieve. And whereas a set basically we are using similar like a list, but if you want to eliminate the duplicates, for example, when you add elements, if you have any duplicates, if you want to eliminate the duplicates, usually we will use the set. And map, if you want to store any value by using the key value pair. For example, if you want to store, you have a requirement like you want to hold country and a list of the cities associated with that country. So in that case, you can able to use the map. Map key is a country, and you can hold another list as a value which contain list of cities. So this kind of key value pair, usually we will use the map. So now I will going to show this one. So usually Apex classes we will going to write in a developer console either or VS Code. So if you want to go write in developer console, most of the people, I hope they are familiar with the developer console, but still if you want to go for the developer console, if you are not seen before, go to setup and click on the developer console. So when you open the developer console, you will get a window like this. So here if you click on the debug, there is a one thing called open execute anonymous window. So if you click on that one, you will get an anonymous window where you can able to write. So here I written three things: list, set, map. This is a syntax list, and in the open and this is less than or equal to that. In between I mentioned the what kind of data I am holding in this list. It might be list and map set. It will support all the data types. So if I mention here as an integer, you need to put all the values in that list integer data types. So I am mentioning what kind of data this will hold. So list my list. So I am creating the new list by using the new keyword, and I am adding values like test1, test2, test3. I added 3 values. So this is a for loop. By using this for loop, I am iterating this list. This is a syntax. So what kind of value I have? String. So string name, my list. I am printing that value. So it will iterate. If suppose my list have 10 elements, it will iterate through 10 times. So this is a list. This is a set. This I created a set. I am mentioning the what type of data it is holding. String. I mentioned 3 values: New York, Paris, and New York. So here for the demonstrated purpose, I given same value twice, New York, New York. But if I print it, I will only it will print New York and Paris. Since this is New York is a duplicate, it will remove that duplicate. This is a map. So in map, as I told earlier, it will hold the key and value. So key is an integer, value is a string. So in first element I am putting by using the put. One is key and first entry, 2 and second entry. So in order to retrieve the value from the map, you can pass the key. Since I know the key, I am passing the key. So if I execute this one, I will go to developer console. So I got the data. If I go to developer console, first what I am doing, I am printing the values of the list. So I am expecting test1, test2, test3 should be printed in the same order. Let's see. See, item test1, item test2, item test3 in the same order. The order which I added, the same order it got printed. And I will go to set. So set, I am expecting only 2 values, that is New York and Paris. So New York and Paris, the duplicate got eliminated. And in the map, I am trying to get the value by using the key. So if I pass the 1, for 1 the value is the first entry, right? So this is got element in the map, first entry. So this is brief about collection framework. What are the primitive data types we have in Apex, and what are the different data types like S object, how it will support the Apex. So these are the very crucial topic, and you get many questions in interview also. In some cases they will ask the difference between list, set and map, and they will ask what are the data types available, and what are the data types Apex will support. This kind of questions you will get. So by using this, you can able to get a fair idea, you can able to answer it. So in next section I will come with another video regarding Apex. Thank you guys.